When it comes to streetwear brands, Supreme is at the top of their game, and it's hard to come across anything that is more recognizable than the Supreme box logo. But how did Supreme get their start? Well, they started off in 1994 as a humble little skate shop on a quiet street of New York, founded by James Jebbia. In that store, they would sell other brands' apparel and gear, but they also sold some of their own stuff, but it was really just humble at that time. So how exactly did they grow? Well, the key to Supreme's success is the fact that they've always aligned with the right people. They had their clothing featured in the gritty 1995 cult classic Kids, and also had their clothing featured on a lot of iconic skateboarders at that time. They would also make sure to collaborate with some very culturally influential brands and artists, such as Nike SB and Vans, and not to mention Keith Haring, Kors, and Jeff Koons. They kept this up, and in about 15 years, they achieved what every other streetwear brand wanted to. But that wasn't exactly the glass ceiling they wanted to hit. They wanted to smash right through that. And guess what? They did. But how did they do that? Well, in the early 2010s, Supreme happened to chance along a young rap collective called Odd Future. It was just a chance bet that these kids would turn into anything, but they bet on the right people. Odd Future would prove to be the collective that big industry greats like Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean, Earl Sweatshirt, and the internet would all get their start in. The group very quickly elevated into mainstream popularity and brought Supreme with them. Supreme shared the hype with Odd Future. But even with this exponential growth, they still kept true to their skate roots. They would continue to support and collaborate with a lot of icons that were growing in the scene. With both of these key demographics working in full effect, Supreme was able to just take over. Whenever the brand had one of their fabled limited release drops, they had customers lining up overnight outside of their LA stores, their New York stores, their Japan stores, their France stores, their London stores. It was endless. And with their limited release strategy matching with their high popularity, they started to take a lot of advantage with it. They could essentially just do whatever they want and release whatever they wanted. They were able to collaborate with bigger names in the fashion industry, such as Louis Vuitton, and even featured a lot of celebrities on their t-shirts like Neil Young, Kate Moss, and Kermit the Frog. But namely, on top of all of this, in their limited release drops, they would usually have some sort of very left-of-center obscure product release. Supreme became known for these odd releases. They would release things like shovels, pinball machines, a brick, a money gun. I guarantee you someone watching this owns a Supreme crowbar. You do. So to bring it all back, the reason why they have so much success is purely just because of who they align with. Being a brand which is so culturally rich in its roots, they realized they didn't have to advertise so much, because the people who wore their stuff was enough advertisement as it was. They've always recognized their key demographic, and they've always immersed themselves within it. So with all of this said and done, I want to leave you with this question. How immersed are you with your target demographic? Are you doing all you can? Think about it.